Danny, just to bring people up to speed, this case involved an agreement with Purdue Pharma, the company that made OxyContin, owned by the Sackler family. The government pushed back on part of this agreement, right, because it shielded the Sacklers from future lawsuits. But ultimately, the victims were happy with this settlement. We're talking about they were going to get $6 billion. So what does this mean moving forward?
Sometimes the outcome may be good for everybody involved, but if it doesn't follow the law, then in a case like this, it can be invalidated. That's what happened. Under bankruptcy law, whether you're a giant corporation or an individual or a small company, you can create a bankruptcy estate. You say, I can't pay my debts. So you pool everything that is your assets into the estate. It could be trucks, it could be buildings, it could be cash, it could be anything. You put it all in there, and you figure out who is owed what. What the Sacklers did was take a look at this and say, hey, what if we throw a bunch of money into this pot? We're not declaring bankruptcy. We're not part of this estate. We'll throw some money in for all these claimants, for all these people to benefit them, and then we'll get a release. So we're off the hook. We're not liable, and we never had to enter into bankruptcy. Sounds like a great idea. A lot of people were going to get a lot of money. Right. But it didn't follow the bankruptcy code. That is not allowed under bankruptcy law. And just because it may benefit a lot of people doesn't mean that you can break the law to do it. And that's really the holding. And by the way, at least one of the justices disagreed with that holding. Right. So it's one of those cases where even where there's a net good outcome, if it doesn't follow the law, it cannot be allowed to stand.
Yeah, I think this was close. I think it was a 5-4. So now this settlement is rejected. What does that mean, practically speaking, for the Sacklers and also all of these victims? Will they see any of that settlement money? Does this have to go back to a lower court and be all sorted out again?
Well, the court stressed that this is a narrow decision based on these particular facts. And it doesn't even threaten prior bankruptcy settlements, other things that are under the bankruptcy code that may be similar. It's just on these specific facts. But to some degree, it means, I believe, that at least practically, because the court doesn't really delve into what do these people do now, I think they have to go back and come up with an agreement that is within the code, right, and possibly be able to revisit it. But that really is left up in the air right now. Okay.
NBC News legal analyst Danny Cevallos, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.